put it in the ballot, and then. But the way he's holding it, can we not see? He's showing it.
Really? No, but please, is it me or the president is actually...
Is that allowed? No,
it's not.
Oh, he's not supposed to do that, is
No.
That's why it's secret ballot.
You're not.
But it's a significant thing for him to do, isn't it?
It is.
We know.
I wonder whether the pressure in the party and the sort of little infights they're having, where there are speculations that maybe what he's saying is different.
I've done my own.
He's showing it again. He's still showing it.
And he now wants to prove
that I'm a party man. Okay, let's have Frank Tete from Abuja. We thank him earlier, but let's have a Kadria. You've done very well.
Thank you so much for having me.
I don't think you people should be surprised of the way Buhari gets to vote this time around, because 4 years ago, this is how he voted, and he's also someone that also has, what I say, trust issues. So if you see him checking if his wife voted for him in this particular video 4 years ago, he's also concerned that maybe based on the issues in his party, they might be concerned as to if he's going to vote for APC or not vote for APC. But in the end, he's just one person, and you all are more than one person.
Today, we are taking that decisive decision in deciding who is going to be the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, if you have been following me over time, I, for a person, have been rooting for the person of Peter Obi, in as much as I've discussed every other candidate, I'll say in my best knowledge, as to issues that have been about them on the internet, starting from the person of Shettima, coming to the person of Tinubu, also Atiku Abubakar, and of course Peter Obi. I might have ignored some other candidates, maybe because there have not been some other trending facts about them, but all the same, I want to thank all the celebrities like the person of Chimamanda, whom I just came across her video recently, and this is what she had to say about the candidacy of Peter Obi.
Towards the end of this month, Nigeria has such potential, human resources, mineral resources, and yet there's always a worry about electoral integrity, corruption, fake news, all of that. What would you say is at stake in these elections?
I think I should probably start by saying that I'm filled with a kind of cautious optimism about this particular election. And I think something's very different, and it's because of one particular candidate, Peter Obi, who has kind of given rise to this organic, exciting movement of young people who now feel that there is hope, you know. So apparently lots and lots of young people have registered to vote because of him. There are large crowds everywhere he goes. And I think what's different now is that people have seen an example of the idea that leadership can be sort of a service, you know, the idea of leadership as service. I think we, for so long in Nigeria, felt that we had leaders who kind of thought they were doing us a favor. And suddenly here's this man who's talking to everybody and going everywhere and listening to everyone and saying, hold me accountable.
The basis of my support for Peter Obi is because I think that he will make a very good president. I'm an Igbo woman, and I am proud of him in the way that one is proud of a person who has achieved something and who also happens to be from one's place. But there are also many other Igbo men who I admire or respect or I am proud of, but I would never vote for them for president because I don't think they would make good presidents. And so the basis of my support for Peter Obi is because I think that he will make a very good president. I don't think, I think that it's unfortunate that we often turn our opponents into caricatures, and I don't think that's necessary. What's important to think about is not, how can we demonize the opponent, but rather who is the best. And Peter Obi is by far the best. So one thing that is so significant is how he has changed, completely changed the political landscape in Nigeria. we've never had this kind of organic, grassroots enthusiasm from people all over the country. And most of all, we've never had the sense of hope. I've always believed that there's nothing more essential to the human spirit than hope. People might say cynically that hope doesn't win elections, but actually it does. Because what happens is that hope propels people. Hope gets people out to vote. Hope gets people to believe in a government. Hope gets people to feel carried along by their leaders. And I think it's wonderful to have manifestos, but the reality of leadership is that when you get in there, sometimes your manifestos and your ideas don't quite align with the reality of what you find. And so while I think it's good to think of the ideas that leaders, the potential leaders have, I think it's even more important to think about the sort of person they are. Because increasingly, I think that leadership is really about character. And I say that because it's your character that determines how you go about solving a problem. And so the questions I think are important to ask are, is this person the person who listens? Because listening is essential to leadership. Does this person have an arrogant attitude to leadership? Or does this person think of leadership as service? Does this person seem to know what life is like for ordinary people? Does this person talk to ordinary people? Does this person seem sincere? Is this person intellectually curious? Are they willing to learn? Do they go out to learn, to gather knowledge? Does this person have that mark of wisdom? And by that I mean, the mark of wisdom is the ability to say, I don't know, and I am sorry. Essential marks of wisdom. Does this person have that? Does this person have a cohesive sense of what Nigeria should be? Is this person comfortable going to all parts of Nigeria? Is this person desperate to be president? Or does this person want to be president out of a sense of out of a desire to serve, out of a sense of love as well, really? These are the things I think about when I think about Peter Obi, and it's the reason that I support him. You know, for me personally, where a president comes from has just never been that important. You know, what I want is a president who will lead Nigeria well. Peter Obi is unique and singular in his ability to create this kind of resounding hope. It's never before happened in the history of this country. I think it is significant. I think it means something. And I think we need to vote wisely.
Interesting, I would say. Very, very striking words there. And I would really, really want to appreciate the organic movement for the person of Peter Obi as to his candidature to being Nigeria's next president. Now, a lot are going to transpire in these elections, which we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Many prophets, prophetesses, and different kind of people that claim to be of God have spoken. But one thing is very sure. Your votes are very much going to count as to who gets to take the turn of being the next president of Nigeria.